Here's something strange about your mind. It isn't the dark that keeps you awake at 3 a.m., it's the silence. The moment you have nothing left to do, your brain reaches for the one thing it never finished. That worry, that conversation, the thing you said, and it quietly presses play. Tonight I'm going to show you why that happens, and a tiny, almost embarrassingly simple tool that works with your brain instead of against it. It's one sentence, a single, finished line you prepare in advance, so when the replay starts, your mind has somewhere soft to land instead of an open loop to chew on. By the end of this video you'll have your own comfort sentence, 12 ready-made ones for the exact moments that haunt you, and a 7-night plan to make it automatic. No fighting your thoughts. No forcing your mind blank, just one quiet sentence and a place to put your head down. Come walk with me, the sun's just going down. Before we begin, come sit with me a moment, the tea's still warm. If quiet nights are hard for you, subscribe and stay because this channel is built for exactly this. Slow, gentle sessions that hand you something you can actually use. While the kettle settles, I have one question, and I'd love your answer in the comments below. When your mind won't switch off, what's the thought it always reaches for? The rewind of the day, tomorrow's worry, or one conversation you can't put down? Tell me, because the sentence we build tonight depends on knowing your loop. And stay with me to the very end, because the most powerful ingredient in a comfort sentence is the last one I'll teach you, and almost no one does it. It's one small change to how you talk to yourself, and it's the difference between a line that bounces off and one that actually lands. So, comment, settle in, and let's make tonight a little softer. So why does it get louder the moment your head hits the pillow? It isn't weakness, and it isn't your fault. All day, your mind is busy, tasks, faces, noise, 100 small things to hold. Then the lights go out, and suddenly there's nothing to occupy it. And your brain hates one thing more than almost anything else, an unfinished thought. Psychologists call it the Zeigarnik effect. We keep reaching for the things we haven't completed, far more than the things we've closed. A worry is the ultimate open loop. No ending, no resolution. So in the silence, with nothing else to grab, your attention snaps straight to it, like a tongue to a sore tooth. Listen, that quiet you're lying in isn't empty. To your brain, it's an open invitation. But here's the part that changes everything. You don't have to solve the worry to close the loop. You just have to give your mind a finished thought to hold instead. Let me show you why fighting it never works. Most people do the opposite of what works. They lie there and try to force the thought out. Stop thinking about it, clear your mind, just relax. And it always backfires. There's a name for this too, the ironic process. The moment you tell your brain don't think about it, part of your mind has to hold up the very thing you're planning, just to check you're not thinking it. So you end up thinking it more. Try right now not to picture a white bear, you just did. Suppression is like pushing a beach ball underwater. The harder you press, the harder it shoves back. That's why you can lie there exhausted and wired at the same time. So we're going to stop wrestling. We're not going to empty your mind. That's impossible, and trying just feeds the loop. Instead, we give it something better to hold, one complete, prepared thought, so finished and satisfying that your mind can let the open one go. That thought is your comfort sentence. Let's build it. A comfort sentence is one short line you write in advance, in the calm of daylight, and keep ready for the moment the replay begins. That timing is the whole secret. At 3 a.m., your thinking brain is half offline. You can't compose something wise and soothing on the spot, so you default to the worry because it's already loaded. So we load something else first. When the loop starts, you don't argue with it, you don't analyze it, you simply reach for your one prepared line and say it, slowly, on a long exhale, like this. The sentence does two jobs at once. It hands your mind a finished thought to settle on, and it tells your nervous system you're safe enough to stop scanning. But here's the catch, and it's why most affirmations fail you at 3 a.m. A random nice phrase won't hold. Everything will be okay just bounces off. A comfort sentence only works if it's built from two specific ingredients. Let me give you the first. Ingredient 1. Name the feeling out loud. It sounds almost too small to matter, but this is one of the most reliably calming things you can do, and there's a mechanism behind it. When a feeling is just a vague storm in your body, the alarm part of your brain, the amygdala, stays lit. The instant you put that feeling into a word, you pull activity up into the prefrontal cortex, the calm, naming part of the brain, and the alarm quiets. Researchers call this affect labeling. Naming an emotion measurably turns its volume down. So the first move, the second the spiral starts, is to say what you feel in one or two plain words. This is worry. That's fear. This is loneliness. Out loud or in a whisper if someone's sleeping, but with your lips moving, not just inside your head, because naming it aloud makes it land harder. You're not solving the feeling, you're labeling it, like writing a name on a jar. But there's one mistake almost everyone makes here that turns the volume back up. Let me save you from it. Here's the mistake. People don't name the feeling, they narrate the whole disaster. They say, I feel anxious because the meeting will go badly and my boss will think I'm useless and just like that, the loop is wide open again. That isn't a label. That's the worry wearing a label's coat. A real affect label is bare. It's the feeling word and nothing after it. This is anxiety. Full stop. The naming is meant to be a closed door, not a hallway into the story. Think of it like this. You're standing at the edge of these trees and you point and say fog. You don't explain the fog, predict the fog, or argue with it. You just name it, and naming it makes it something you're looking at, instead of something you're lost inside. So keep it to 1 to 3 words, then stop. Let the silence after it be the point. Now, the second ingredient is the one almost no one uses, and it's the one that does the heavy lifting. This is the part I promised you. Ingredient 2. Stop saying I and call yourself by your name. This is the one almost no one does, and it changes everything. Watch the difference. I'm safe, I can let this go, versus Luna, you're safe. You can let this go, feel how the second one settles. When you talk to yourself in the first person, you're trapped inside the feeling, marinating in it. The moment you use your own name and you step half a pace outside it. You become the calm friend at the bedside, instead of the frightened person in the bed. Psychologists call this self-distancing, and studies on distanced self-talk show it genuinely lowers anxiety and helps people steady themselves under stress. And the beautiful part is it takes no extra effort, just a swapped word. You already comfort the people you love this way. You say their name, gently. Tonight you turn that same warm voice on yourself. So we have our two ingredients, naming and your own name. Let me show you exactly how they click together into one sentence. Why does one swapped word do so much? Because distance is what lets you think clearly. When you're inside a problem, you can only see the problem, but you've noticed how easily you can comfort a friend who's spiraling. You instantly find the kind, sane thing to say. That wisdom doesn't vanish when it's your turn, it just gets drowned out by the word I. Your name is the bridge back to it. So when you build your line, use your name and you, keep it in the present, you are safe, not you'll be fine, and, where you can, give your mind a small, true reason to believe it, not a promise about the future, which it can always argue with. Something true right now, nothing needs solving at this hour, the morning will be a better time to think, your body is already resting, even if your mind isn't. True, present, and kind. Hold on to those three words. Now let's snap both ingredients into a single sentence you can use tonight. Here's the formula, and it's only 3 parts. 1. Name the feeling. 2. Your name plus you. 3. A true, finished, present tense close. Put together, this is worry. Luna, you're safe, and nothing needs solving tonight. That's it. Feeling, named. Self, addressed by name. A finished thought your mind can actually rest on. Say it slow, on the out breath, like this. This is worry. Luna, you're safe. Nothing needs solving tonight. Notice it doesn't deny the worry or promise it away. It just closes the loop and gives you a place to land. If this is landing for you, take 1 second to subscribe, so the next session finds you on the night you need it. Because what's coming now is the part you'll actually keep. 12 ready-made sentences for the exact loops that wake you. We'll start with the worst one, the 3 a.m. rewind, when you jolt awake and your whole day starts replaying itself. Here are the lines for that. The 3 a.m. rewind. You wake in the dark, and your mind starts playing the day back, hunting for everything you got wrong. For this one, the close has to give your mind permission to stop reviewing. Here are 4. Say the one that fits, with your own name in place of mine. This is replay. Luna, you're not on duty right now. The day is already done. This is worry. Luna, you don't have to solve your life at 3 a.m. Morning you is far wiser than midnight you. This is my mind tidying, not an emergency. Luna, you're allowed to rest while it sorts itself. And a shorter one, for when you're too tired for many words, this is just noise. Luna, you're safe and you're sleeping. Pick the one that loosens something in your chest and keep it. Say it on a slow exhale, then return to your breath. And if the thought comes back, you don't fight it, you just say your sentence again. Patience. Next are the nights you can't sleep because you're bracing for tomorrow. Then there are the nights you can't sleep because tomorrow feels like a cliff, the meeting, the appointment, the conversation you're dreading. Lying awake won't prepare you, it just makes you face it twice. So these sentences hand the problem to a better resourced version of you. This is anticipation. Luna, you don't have to live tomorrow tonight. You'll meet it with a full tank in the morning. This is fear running ahead. Luna, you've handled every hard morning so far, and you'll handle this one with daylight on your side. This is my body bracing. Luna, there's nothing to do at this hour. Rest is the preparation right now, and one for the racing what ifs. This is rehearsal my mind didn't ask for. Luna, you can set it down. Tomorrow will still be there to think about tomorrow. Notice none of them promise it'll go perfectly. Your mind would reject that. They just move the worry to its right time and place. That alone can let your shoulders drop. Last loop, and it might be the stickiest of all, the conversation you can't stop replaying. The replayed conversation might be the hardest because shame has hooks. Something you said, how it landed, the look on their face, and your mind runs it again and again, as if this time you could go back and fix it. You can't, and your brain knows it can't, which is exactly why it won't let go. It's an open loop with no possible ending. So the close has to grant the ending it's looking for. This is shame replaying. Luna, the moment is over, and you're allowed to be human in it. This is my mind editing the past. Luna, you can't revise it from here. You can only be kind to yourself now. This is regret, not a to-do. Luna, if it matters, you'll tend to it in daylight. Tonight it's not yours to carry. And the gentlest, this is just a wave. Luna, you're safe and waves pass. Say it, exhale, and let the scene fade. You're not approving what happened, you're just stepping out of the courtroom. Now let me show you how to write your own, and make it automatic in 7 nights. Here's the one-page method to write yours. 3 lines on a piece of paper by your bed. Line 1. Which loop wakes you most? The rewind, the bracing, or the replay? Line 2. The feeling word that shows up with it. Worry, fear, shame, loneliness. Line 3. One true, present, kind thing you'd say to a friend in that exact spot. Stitch them together with your name, and that's your sentence. Now make it automatic, because a tool you have to remember at 3 a.m. is a tool you'll forget. 7 nights. For the first 3, rehearse your sentence in daylight. Say it out loud 10 times while you brush your teeth, so the words come without thinking. Nights 4 and 5. Say it once on purpose as your head hits the pillow, paired with one slow exhale, like this. By nights 6 and 7, it'll be waiting for you when you wake. You'll reach for it the way you'd reach for a light switch in a room you know. That's the whole practice. Let me leave you with what matters most. So here's tonight, gathered up. Thoughts get louder in the quiet because your brain reaches for the unfinished worry, so you don't fight it, you hand it a finished thought instead. Name the feeling in one bare word. Talk to yourself by your name, not as I. Close with something true, present, and kind. That's your comfort sentence, and you've got 12 of them, plus a 7-night plan to make it second nature. I'll be back with a new comm session like this one every week, so if tonight helped, subscribe and let the next one find you. And next time, I'll show you the one small breathing change that tells your body it's safe to sleep. A single adjustment to your exhale that does more than counting ever could. Tell me in the comments which loop keeps you up most. The 3 a.m. rewind, bracing for tomorrow, or a conversation you can't put down? Write the sentence you'll try, and I'll read them. For now, rest your head. Breathe out, and I'll see you in the next one. Mind in Bloom.
Follow for a new calm reset every night. Mind in Bloom.